You're tuned into another episode of Finding Life Podcast, GenAlpha Coaching Corner. Real conversations that help us understand, grow, and guide the next generation. I'm Life, alongside Coach John, and together we explore what really matters. Today's episode, I can make mistakes. Learning, trying again, and finding clarity. We're helping our teens understand that mistakes are normal, important, and often the very thing that helps discover what's real. Let's get into it.
What's up, GenAlpha? Hey,
Yo, what's going on, man?
Man, it's another great day here in the village.
Listen, I'm excited to be here again with these young folks, man, and get their week started off right.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to a really healthy, positive conversation. How y'all feeling? I hope y'all feeling well. Hope y'all have been to this point, not just performing well in school, but feeling really comfortable and really confident in who you are in school and understanding that you can truly become who you desire to be.
Right.
And as you're changing, as you're really realizing, for my young fellas, you kind of getting a little bigger, a little taller, wanting to put a little muscle on your frame,
a little bit,
feeling yourself. Little ladies, a little style coming out, wanting to get your nails done, and kind of feeling good.
New hairstyles and stuff like that.
And so I really want to make sure that our kids understand that they get an opportunity to grow, and that's in their mind, and they grow first in their mind, and then they're able to see that externally. So what we talking about today, bro?
Man, today we talking about I can try again. Whew. That's good.
Growth mindset and making mistakes.
Growth mindset and making mistakes.
What's that mean?
Growth mindset and making mistakes?
Yeah, like why are we talking about that?
Why are we talking about it? To help our GenAlpha tweens embrace mistakes as part of learning, develop resilience, and understand that trying again is a form of strength, not failure.
See, at this age, like I was saying, I have two kids that are in middle school right now. So right along with our GenAlphas, my kids are right there with you. So y'all trust me. I know. I'm not just I'm pops too, right? So
he knows.
I know. But I also know that my kids, they struggle with making mistakes. And I know that they struggle because they want to please me so well. They want to please me. They want to please their teacher. They want to, really perform. Mm-hmm. But it's important that they know life is about making mistakes and understanding those mistakes and making good decisions and understanding what caused those good decisions. And so just because you make a mistake, it doesn't mean that it's over, right? There's consequences that come with things, but making mistakes doesn't mean that they're bad or not good enough. So this week, just really want to help them see that mistakes are part of the process, right? And trying again is what really makes us strong, So when I think about that, you talk a lot about your childhood, and we just had Nana in here, right? So talk to me, John, about like what helped you, like what was a mistake that you felt like you made, what stuck with you in that mistake, and what helped you to try again?
Man, that's a good question. I feel like I gotta go and think. Sometimes I jump into those questions real fast, but giving myself some thoughts. But a mistake as a kid that stuck with me and what helped me to try again. Mistake. So, what we said, mistake means many think a mistake means they're bad or not good enough.
Yeah.
Right. So when I was in middle school, right, the teacher, I forget what the moment was, but the teacher had said something about my mother.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And I felt it was an offense that I felt from that. And so without thought, I reacted and slipped out a word to that teacher. And as soon as I did that, it's like I caught myself, but by the time I did that,
trouble.
I literally said what I said, and it was like,
ooh,
like my heart sunk to my ankles.
You knew
I knew.
You knew what was about to happen.
And so what I did after that, immediately, I was trying to like let it go.
Yeah.
I shut down because I was like, oh man, I already know this ain't over. I'm like, I know this ain't over, but I gotta try to almost forget about it because what I just did is a for sure no. Like,
were you anticipating the consequences, or were you shamed and embarrassed for your actions?
both, because I had never done that, never, and it wasn't a thing I was taught to do,
Right.
you know.
So you knew you
But
were wrong.
it happened, right? And
Yeah.
so I was anticipating the consequences, one, but even I felt the shame because it's like, man, you know better.
And what's the difference? I think we talk a lot about this, and I know our kids are riding. Our young kids are probably riding in the car with their parents. And how do you really disassociate, or what's the difference, if you will, between the consequence and the shame that comes with the consequence?
So consequence, and I tell you, I've just unlearned and relearned consequence, right? Because like we say, I've oftentimes associated consequence with good or bad, right? But it's now for me, it's just the results of one's actions,
Okay.
right? And so you do this thing. For example, if you clean up, right, or if your parents say you get a stipend or something at the end of the week for cleaning up, that's a consequence for your actions that you took, initiative to. Shame, on the other hand, is the aspect of like, man, I know I was wrong, right? I know that was wrong, but it wasn't a preconceived thought.
Yeah.
It just happened. It's like almost I don't even know how that settled in me to just come out
Yeah.
in that moment, but it did,
Yeah.
But I know at the end of the day who I am, and that's not a part of me.
Your
You know what I'm saying?
character.
Like my character, and so I think that's the best way I can kind of differentiate consequences and shame.
It's interesting that you say that, because I think about shame as I was thinking about answering that for myself. It's very difficult. It's hard for me to think about one type of word or one expression of shame. I think it's, for me, when I think about things that I was ashamed of and actions that I was ashamed of, it was a mixture of guilt, fear, and confusion. And I think this is important for, like I said, I hope they were driving to school or driving from school, and both parents and kids are in the car, because how you respond to that as a kid, as the kid who made the decision, is one or two ways. You either can apologize for it, like immediately, like, oh my God, that's not who I am and I'm sorry. Or you can try to justify it and go further down the slope. Right? You can kind of, that shame and embarrassment can continue to make you act out. Right? And you can be embarrassed and ashamed, and that confusion part causes you to keep on going. And so I really, for our parents, how do you help them guide, without crushing them, and how can we celebrate? Because when you're talking about consequence, I think that's oftentimes the only thing that we implement are consequences when it's bad. And we just, how do we celebrate and try to even, create this normalization of consequences?
Yeah, and I think it's the part going back to the aspect of that's crazy. My thought
Just left you.
Look,
That always happens to me too.
gone.
I told you to slide up. So
Yeah,
I was really asking, how do we need to not destigmatize, that's too big of a word for here, but just how do we normalize consequences and don't make them out to be so bad?
The approach, right? I think it's because oftentimes, like we say, consequences have been associated with good or bad. But most often, not with good or bad, but most often with bad.
Right, with bad.
When people hear consequences, it's always a negative connotation
Because
to
we
that
think
word.
reward is the positive side of the consequence.
Exactly.
Right.
And so I believe a big part of it, I think that even when I go back to myself, when I was a lot of the kids who are listening now age, is having someone to create that space where it doesn't come off as anger, or
Yeah.
it's like you can be disappointed. I think disappointed shows a difference between anger.
It's an
right? 'Cause-
acknowledgement.
right. And so it's being able to talk with the child, identify the mistake, and then help them to correct it.
I think with me, see, like even in your language right now, this is a good learning thing, because even you just now habitually steered toward needing to fix something, right? Needing to capture it and change it. But as a parent, one thing that I try to do, and I need to try to do it more, is slow life down and acknowledge all of the independent decisions a person makes. So most times we just running off a routine and habit. Hey, wake up! It's time to go to school. You get up and you're halfway brushing your teeth, getting yourself together, do your clothes, and you're not really making. You don't really feel like you're making any decisions. But as a parent, you could say, "Hey, I really like that shirt that you chose to wear today. Hey, listen, man, I really, you made breakfast. Good job, man. You made breakfast. You're sitting in the front today, right? Listen, got up on time. You can stop to acknowledge all of the different things that we say. It's a form of reflection, right? So we say that parents can acknowledge and kids can reflect, right? Be able to kind of reflect, just have a moment of recollection and reflection on what it is you're doing. So what are we going to give them as a tool, right? I know they're probably wrapping up, getting ready to pull in the parent to the drop-off line, or getting ready to pull into the driveway. What are we going to give them as a tool this
Try
week?
Again tracker, which allows for the kids to reflect on the moment they felt like giving up, and then list one thing they learned, plus one way they could try again, emphasizing effort and growth, not perfection.
So, Tim, what is the thing as we wrap up? What's the sentence that we need to, a sentence or a phrase? We always talk about replacing our thoughts, right? So we get a lot of negative thoughts that come around giving up. So often in school, got to read out loud, or, getting ready to take a test or do something that you feel lack of confidence and you feel like you want to just kind of give up on being the best version of yourself. What is a phrase that they could say that you would Coach John would drop off in their spirit?
In simplest terms, they got it. You can do it, right? You have every capability within you to do it.
I was 33 years old when I heard the phrase, "You can do hard things." And when I heard that, I was like, man, I really wish that somebody would have really kind of helped put that in me early. Like, most of the times that right before I go, it's hard. And then I'm about to quit. But to be able to say it's hard, well, I can do hard things. That really sets you into a place of continuing to try again. And so, listen, kids, I ain't gonna call you kids, tweens, my tweens, y'all almost there. This is a very big part of growing up. This is a very big part of maturing. Not giving up on the problem, the math problem, not giving up on doing your chores or doing right, not giving up on being kind to yourself or being kind to others. Patience, right? Not giving up, trying again, trying to do things again. So that's what we're working on this week, y'all. Make sure y'all try to do it again. John, how can they always connect with us?
You can always reach us in that right-hand chat box. That chat box in the right-hand corner.
Okay.
There we go.
Good morning.
Good morning.
It's early, y'all.
It's early. But to your top right corner in the community, the chat box, you can always connect with any of our coaches in the coaches corner, or if you want to book a one-on-one session, that is always ready and available to you to be able to chop it up on any questions or anything you have on your heart.
Awesome, y'all. And listen, also, y'all can make sure you tap in every week for our weekly life groups.
That's it.
All right, y'all have a great week, great day.
Love y'all. Peace out.
Later. Love you.
Thank you for listening to another episode of Finding Life Podcast, GenAlpha Coaching Corner, with Life and Coach John. Remember, mistakes don't define you, they grow you. Keep trying, keep learning, and keep believing.